All right, so today we have this huge mulberry tree inside this bush right here behind me. So as you can see that. So I'm gonna see if I can get this out of here. It looks like, so here's what we're looking at. So the branches are pretty thick. So if you look right there in front of right in the center, that's the mulberry tree that's growing up out of there. There's a few different leading branches that are growing straight up through there. So we're gonna cut those down. And then just set them at the curb here for the customer. And then I'll see if I can trim up this bush a little bit, possibly. And then, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. And I'll be spraying some weeds and stuff today too. So just something simple, simple service today, nothing too major. So I have these loppers right here. These actually work pretty well, but we'll see how they do. See if we can get this thing cut down. There's one. Works. Now I'm gonna just use this right here, this little hand pruner to go in there and trim up some of the smaller branches. Take that back, I actually don't need this. So pretty much here's what we're looking at. So any of the other growth that is on this bush is actually the bush itself. So now what I'll do is I'll go in here and trim back this overgrowth, just shape it up a little bit, and then try to get it in good shape. But as you can see right here, so this is actually, it looks like it's actually 3 bushes in one spot. As you can see right here, this is where that mulberry tree was growing. So this was the first leading branch from the stump, the second, and then here's another one. I don't know if that's of the same tree, but so yeah, there's another branch. But so yeah, so now I just go in here, shape this up, and then place all that stuff at the curb, and then we'll be done with this bush, and then we'll move on to what's left at this property. So what we have right here, we have this Stihl HSA 56 battery powered. This thing actually works pretty good. I don't do a lot of bush trimming, so I bought an electric one just to kind of, it's lightweight, it's very quiet, and it actually works it actually cuts pretty well. So we're gonna trim up this bush with this and then see how it goes. All right, so before I go any further, so the idea here is not to take off too much foliage. It's just to take off the overgrowth and then shape it up and to grow full and healthy. And then we'll just have to maintain that. I need to really get some stump killer for those, that's the stump from the mulberry tree, but that'll be, we'll kind of look into that and see how it goes. But for right now, let's get this thing trimmed up. I just found another mulberry. So I actually have to go in. There's 2 other trees growing. So this right here, whatever this is, I have no idea what it is. Then it looks like we got another mulberry tree trying to grow right here. So I'll go in and prune those out with the loppers, or so yeah, let's get those taken out real quick. I'm definitely not an arborist. I'm not a landscaper, so to speak. I'm more into like lawn care, so like mowing and lawn treatments and things like that. That's kind of my specialty. That's where I feel most comfortable. So I'm just doing what the customer wants, right? If it were me, I would just start over with it, because these are gonna grow back. I don't know what, you know what I mean? I'm cutting them down. And I guess that'll just be something that just needs to be maintained over time. But I feel like these are gonna grow back and continue to stunt the growth of the bushes that are actually here. So if it were me, I would just completely start over with this. But I don't know, like I said, I'm not a professional landscaper. I'm not a professional arborist. So I don't really know what will be the growing patterns of these trees that I'm cutting out of here. But I'm assuming they're gonna grow back. So I would just start over, honestly. Cut all that down, dig it all out, and then just start over with some new bushes, or honestly just take all that out and just put grass there, really. But I don't know. All right, so I think that looks decent. That looks okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks okay. So just to shape up, like I said, nothing too major. This stuff over here, hope that is able to grow back in, become nice and full. But again, like I said, I would just cut this thing down, but I'm just doing what the customer wants. So here's where I put all the debris, right here at the curb, and then I got this stuff underneath it. Then I'm gonna just blow all that stuff. I'm gonna grab the backpack blower, blow all that stuff down here to the curb. Now, some of you watching this video, you may be wondering, why would you be putting it at the curb? That's so unprofessional. Well, so unprofessional? Why wouldn't you just haul away the debris? And if you are asking that question, that's a great question, actually. So in my city, as landscapers, we're landscapers and lawn care professionals. We're able to cut costs for the customer by putting stuff at the curb. We actually have city pickup, so they'll come through. So technically, legally, we're not supposed to do that. I'm gonna just be honest. Technically, we're not supposed to do that. However, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So, like I said, that's how we're able to save the customer costs on projects and just maintenance or whatever it is, because a lot of times we can just place it at the curb and, you know, not get any backlash from that. So we take advantage of that around here in my area. A lot of us do. So it's not that I'm being lazy or anything like that. You know, we're just kind of getting in where we fit in, so to speak. And this really isn't my bread and butter. Like I said, my bread and butter is mowing and lawn care treatments. That's like my bread and butter. I don't do much bush trimming and stuff like that. So if I did, you know, then I would probably take advantage of that opportunity to, you know, bring in some extra revenue by, you know, with dumping fees and stuff like that. But, you know, also there's cost that come with that as well. So, you know, I'm saving costs for myself, and I'm also saving the customer money. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those lawn care professionals that are, you know, kind of getting pushed or just looking for the cheapest way to do things, just to save money or, you know, save the customer money or save myself money. I want to do quality work in everything that I do. But like I said, this isn't really my bread and butter, so I'm not going to spend too much, you know what I mean, too many resources on that. But yeah, here's what it is. Now like I said, I'll get the backpack blower. I'm gonna blow those clippings down to the curb, get that cleaned up, and then I'm gonna go spray some weeds in the plant beds. So all right, so that's all done. Easy peasy. You know, and this is just a simple service. You know, the goal of this service was not to, so there might be some people thinking, oh, well, you could have trimmed that bush up better, blah, blah, blah. This was more of a functional service. So functional service, quick service, simple service. You know, customer didn't expect anything special from that. And so that's pretty much it. So yeah, now I'm gonna spray some weeds and get out of here.